because we created the United States Space Force. General J. Raymond, thank you very much, Jay. Thank you, Jay. And senior members also of our great United States military. It's never been stronger than it is right now. Also, Attorney General of Florida, Ashley Moody, and Chief Financial Officer of Florida, Jimmy Patronis, and many other distinguished guests. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it. I especially want to congratulate someone who truly embodies the American ethos of big thinking and risk-taking. After achieving success as an internet entrepreneur, he could have spent his fortune doing anything, including yachting, lots of things. He could do lots of things. But in 2002, he began pouring tens of millions of dollars of his own money into research and development for a new rocket. He's a little different than a lot of other people. He liked rockets. He assembled a crew of some of the greatest minds and talent in American aerospace. In the years since, SpaceX has become the first private company to develop and successfully launch its own rocket into orbit, the first to launch and recover its own capsule. And of course, moments ago, SpaceX became the first private company to put humans into orbit around the Earth. Elon Musk, congratulations. Congratulations, Elon. Thanks, Elon. For Elon and 8,000 SpaceX employees, today is the fulfillment of a dream almost 2 decades in the making. For years on end, they have worked hand in hand with NASA, sculpting aluminum, tightening valves, tuning nozzles, testing parachutes, and filling massive tanks with thousands and thousands of pounds of kerosene and liquid oxygen. Today, the groundbreaking partnership between NASA and SpaceX has given our nation the gift of an unmatched power, a state-of-the-art spaceship to put our astronauts into orbit at a fraction of the cost of the space shuttle, and it's much better. From now on, the United States will leverage the fast-growing capabilities of our commercial sector and the finest pieces of real estate on Earth, which you need very badly to send U.S. astronauts into space. Under NASA's Commercial Crew Program, we will use rockets and spacecraft designed, built, owned, and launched by private American companies at a fixed price for the American taxpayer. Today's launch makes clear the commercial space industry is the future. The modern world was built by risk takers and renegades, fierce competitors, skilled craftsmen, captains of industry who pursued opportunities no one else saw and envisioned what no one else could ever think of seeing. The United States will harness the unrivaled creativity and speed of our private sector to stride even further into the unknown. This launch also marks an exciting turning point for NASA. This agency will now focus its unmatched expertise like nobody's ever seen, and power and integrity to do what NASA does better than anyone else, and it's not even close. Embark on the most difficult, most daring, most audacious missions in the history of humankind. When I first came into office 3.5 years ago, NASA had lost its way, and the excitement, energy, and ambition, as almost everybody in this room knows, was gone. There was grass growing through the cracks of your concrete runways. Not a pretty sight, not a pretty sight at all. the last administration presided over the closing of the space shuttle and almost all of the giant facility that keeps so many people working, so many brilliant minds going. People were crying. They were devastated. But now it's the greatest of its kind anywhere in the world and will get greater and greater with years to come. I promise you that. We have created the envy of the world and will soon be landing on Mars and will soon have the greatest weapons ever imagined in history. I've already seen designs, and even I can't believe it. The United States has regained our place of prestige as the world leader. As has often been stated, you can't be number one on Earth if you are number two in space. And we are not going to be number two anywhere. Nowhere is this more true than with our military, which we have completely rebuilt. Under my administration, we have invested $2.5 trillion in new planes, ships, submarines, tanks, missiles, rockets, anything you can think of. And last year, I signed the law creating the sixth branch of that already very famous United States Armed Forces, the Space Force. For every citizen who has eagerly waited for America to reignite those engines of will, confidence, and imagination that put a man on the moon, I stand before you to say, you need wait no longer. Through NASA's Artemis program, the United States is preparing for a crewed mission to Mars. Earlier this week, I saw the Orion capsules being worked on in this building. As part of the Artemis Moon to Mars program, those capsules will soon return Americans to lunar orbit for the first time in over 50 years, half a century. By 2024, our astronauts will return to the lunar surface to establish a permanent presence and the launching pad to Mars. And the first woman on the moon will be an American woman, and the first nation to land on Mars will be the United States of America. Since I signed the order to establish these goals shortly after taking office, we have made rapid gains. A new 22,000-pound capsule is already built. The next generation of spacesuits are already made. Colossal rockets are now being tested, and the contracts for 3 separate lunar landers have been awarded and signed, and they are magnificent. In the years ahead, America will go bigger, bolder, further, faster, and America will go first. America will always be first. To be certain, we will meet the adversity and hardship along the way. There may even be tragedy because that is the danger of space. There's nothing we can do about that. The power that we're talking about is unrivaled. There's nothing we can do about problems, but we'll have very few of them. We will confront all of those challenges, knowing that the quest for understanding is the oldest and deepest hope in our souls. The innate human desire to explore and innovate is what propels the engines of progress and the march of civilization. We will preserve and persevere, and we will ensure a future of American dominance in space. To that end, over the last 3 years, I reestablished the National Space Council. I issued a directive cutting red tape for innovative space companies such as SpaceX. We created the world's first comprehensive space traffic management system. Last month, I signed an executive order establishing U.S. policy for the recovery and use of space resources and minerals. Administrator Bridenstine announced the Artemis Accords to govern the future of space exploration and development. Together, we will assert America's rightful heritage as the greatest spacefaring nation on the planet, and already it's not even close. In the half a century since the United States stopped sending astronauts to deep into space, 1972, no other country has ever done it. The reasons are simple: cost, technological complexity, and tremendous danger. For instance, I was told that the rocket you just witnessed had to be launched within 1 second, or it would be impossible for it to hit its target. And I was here 2 days ago, and I said to Jim, "Jim, it's okay, why don't you wait 5 or 10 minutes?" And he said, "Sir, we only have a window of 1 second." And I walked out of here shaking my head. Is that true, Jim? Yes, it's true. Space travel is not a feat of engineering alone. It's also a moral endeavor, a measure of a nation's vision, its willpower, its place in the world. Exploration is a test of our values and of our faith. America is a nation defined by its commitment to discovery, to solve mysteries, to chart the unknown, to press the limits, to achieve the fullest expression of life's potential, and to ensure that America is the nation that always leads the way, and especially in space. This evening, I am more confident than ever before that America stands poised to thrive in this grand undertaking. It's incredible. We are a nation of pioneers. We are the people who crossed the ocean, carved out a foothold on a vast continent, settled a great wilderness, and then set our eyes upon the stars. This is our history, and this is our destiny. Now, like our ancestors before us, we are venturing out to explore a new, magnificent frontier. It's called space. Our most daring feats, our most epic journeys, our biggest adventures, and our finest days are just beginning. America's proudest moments are still ahead. We are on the verge of our most exciting years, and next year may be the most exciting of all. You just watch. So today, as our brave American astronauts shake the earth and blaze a trail of fire and steel into the heavens, we proclaim for all to hear that we have not yet tested the full strength of the American character, and the world has not yet seen the full glory of the American spirit. For our country, for our children, and for humanity's march into the stars, the best is yet to come. It was a great honor for me to deliver this speech. God bless our brave astronauts now soaring through the heavens. God bless the men and women of NASA. And God bless America. Thank you very much. Thank you.